The disclaimer. And remember that my Patreon supporters got to see preview images, work in progress shots, and high resolution images of the completed figure. If you want to join them, the link is right below. Hello out there, this is Wake Angel 2001 bringing you the fourth and final figure from Ryan's commission. It is Princess. Yeah, that's the character's name. It's just one of his friend's OCs as far as I'm aware. I don't know if she's supposed to be from anything, but, you know, I'll make whatever character you want me to make as long as it's within my ability. Just remember the old adage, if you want a figure of someone else's original character, make sure they're okay with it. Because that's just common artist courtesy to ask permission before you go doing fan art or of doing artwork of their character. Although if anybody wants to do artwork of my character, Angel the dog, you're free to do it. I like fan art. I usually favorite it. Alright, so the base figure is a cheetah figure from DC's Superhero Girls, and it's kind of funny, like the caption in the reference picture has her saying nice to meet you, kitten, and I made her out of a cat girl. It's kind of a funny coincidence. Anyway, these figures, like, they dismantle, like, it's exactly like when I made Hildeberg. I can't take out the hips or the shoulders, but everything else comes out pretty easily. And the way this figure is be made, there wouldn't be much sculpting anyway. So, like I said, there wasn't much sculpting to this figure, but there was a little. Some of the biggest were the bangs that go around her hair. She has these two big bangs that kind of frame her face. And she has these interesting blue highlights. At first I thought I had to mix the blue, but I decided just to buy a new blue paint. And I found this color at Michael's. It's Look at Me Blue. Look at Me Blue. Yeah, like, this blue is almost the exact shade of blue that Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty is, so, like, I've never seen Look at Me Blue before, so I might be wrong on this, but it seems that someone at Folk Art is a fan of Rick and Morty, because, they made a Meeseeks color. Now I find that amusing. Anyway, it was a pretty good color for the blue highlight in her hair, so, you know, like, with the sculpted in bangs and just the repainted hair, we got that cool little blue highlight stripe going in. I don't think most girls can get this big a highlight, but hey, she's a cartoon character. She can have whatever crazy hair color she wants. I kind of forgot to mention that I used my 3D pen to make her glasses again, and I also used some acetone and a cotton swab to wipe away the cheetah spots and the makeup, as well as the eyes, so I could repaint the eyes, but basically keep the skin tone, because, you know, that's actually the color that the plastic is molded in, so the acetone couldn't wash that away. As for the shirt, she has this hoodie going over a t-shirt thing, so I sculpted in the empty space to make it just a solid shirt, and I kind of sculpted, like, the hem of the sweater. I sculpted all around it to make it look more like she's wearing a belt of some kind. And the reference picture didn't really have anything below the waist, so Ryan sent me this picture of this girl here saying to make the pants and shoes basically look like that. So that required a little bit of sculpting around the ankles to make it look more like those Ugg boots. Don't worry, I did do a little bit more sculpting over the toes so that the shoes would look so weirdly small. And that was basically it. The rest is repainting. So let's take a look at the completed princess figure so that we can be done with Ryan's commission. There she is! Oh yeah, I also made her little pendant thing. The jewel is just a craft foam hexagon, and the necklace itself is a wire bent around. But yeah, that's basically Princess, and she's a total cutie if you ask me. And, you know, that's part of the great thing about custom action figures. You know, a lot of people are going to want action figures of obscure characters that never really got their own toy lines and stuff like that. But, you know, like, another part of it is that you can just make whatever you want. Like, you can just make up a character or an avatar for yourself, and then, like, with the right application, you can just have a toy of them. So this is, like, I kind of like making toys of people's fan characters because, you know, that's a completely unique and original idea that a complete amateur came up with, and now they get to have a toy of it. You know, like, don't we live in a wonderful world where you don't have to be stuck with other people's characters? You can have your own whenever you want. And that's kind of reflected in Ryan's commission. I mean, he got a Hilda Berg and a Disbelief Papyrus, but, he also got a couple of fan characters in this, like his own Robo and now Princess. So I kind of find it funny that the extreme diversity of all four of these franchises are all represented by figures made by Mattel. In fact, they're all DC related. Well, except for Hector, the skeleton. That's Pixar. But still, all four made by Mattel, and that's kind of cool. So this has been Wake Angel 2001. I'm already working on the next figures, so look forward to them coming very soon.